Good afternoon, folks. My name is Liana Martinez from JBWF, Japan Broadcasting Weather Forecast. Today is March 11th of 2011, and we're coming to you live near the east coast of Honshu, Japan, where we have just been hit by what we're calling the Great Tohoku Earthquake. This was an earthquake that reached a magnitude of 9.1, which started at 2:46 p.m. and lasted approximately 6 minutes, folks. So Japan has never seen an earthquake of this magnitude before. The magnitude being so great, it caused a 40-meter tsunami to be triggered. Reports show that the effects of this earthquake and the tsunami have over 18,000 people dead, including several thousands of people who are severely injured and need to recover. We're looking at damage control being approximately $220 billion as the earthquake contributed to a significant damage. However, once the tsunami hit, its impact contributed to about 98% of the damage just being immaculate more. Tohoku's groundwater is now contaminated, their economy is definitely being disrupted, and supply chains are breaking, but ultimately affecting the population. With the Wega population, they were left dead, homeless, or injured. Upon review, this is the largest earthquake to be reported in the history of Japan and the fourth largest to be recorded in the world since the 1900s. If you look at our image here, this is what Tohoku, Japan looked like before and after the earthquake / tsunami hit. Here we can see that it looks like a nice road that you can just drive by, but then afterwards it looks like God came down and he scraped his nails, and it definitely does look like you could drive down that road. This is what it looks like after an earthquake and tsunami catastrophic event happens. Moving on, citizens of Japan, I want to alert y'all. So we're going to talk more about some different catastrophic events such as earthquakes. So what is an earthquake? An earthquake is what happens when two blocks of the earth slip past one another, and this is known as the fault and fault plane whenever we're looking at the different boundary lines. In short term, it's a rapid release of energy normally caused by a long movement along a fault. These can be brought on by inflation of magma chamber, volcanic eruption, and especially human activity. Faults stuck after the last movement, then stress will build up upon the tectonic plates to bend over like a bow, and then the earth will occur and all that kind of stuff. And we can especially see this around the area of the focus point. Another earthquake that actually took place during this time was known as the Great Sendai Earthquake. This was due to the heavy rupture in the Pacific and North American plate subduction zones. Subduction zones are the main areas whenever you can see earthquakes typically occurring. This was a previous earthquake that impacted the major cities along the north coastline. And so whenever the Tohoku earthquake hit, it made it even more catastrophic for the people that were already living there and harder for them to recover. So if we look at this image right here, this is what it looks like whenever an earthquake is actually taking place. We have our fault plane, our epicenter, and our hypocenter. And this is what it looks like whenever it's moving across. But guys, a unique tool that we can use to help measure and record our earthquake activity is a tool known as a seismograph. This is an image of a seismograph right here. This is an image that is weighted into the ground that helps measure the ground activity that is occurring when an earthquake takes place. This data is then collected and kept under record using a seismogram. This is a seismogram here, guys. This is what it looks like. It measures the ground motions caused by seismic waves based on the magnitude that is produced by the earthquake taking place, allowing us to take note of how large or small an earthquake was. Now, when we're looking at the Tohoku earthquake, this earthquake occurred due to a thrust faulting into the subduction zone. Again, subduction zones and convergent boundaries are going to be key for whatever earthquakes are going to be taking place between the Pacific and North American plates, according to the U.S. Geological Survey. For our fellow citizens of Japan who have never heard of this before, a subduction zone is a boundary between tectonic plates, specifically where oceanic and continental plates collide. We then see that a tsunami took place because of the thrust falling that occurred along the convergent boundary as well. And alrighty, folks, now we're going to pass it on to our next host, Kate Sarim, who is coming to you live from one of our prevention sites actually in Japan. And she's going to take us deeper into our discussing this tragedy, but teach us on how we can become more aware of our surroundings and use the resources to become more prepared against earthquakes in our future. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Liana Martinez. The aftermath of the recent earthquake in Tohoku, Japan is nothing short of devastating, with over 332,000 buildings, 2,100 roads, 56 bridges, and 26 railroads either destroyed or damaged. While earthquakes are common in Japan, one of these magnitudes are rare, but their impact is severe, especially when accompanied by tsunamis. To mitigate such disasters, Japan has implemented several measures. Since 2007, a public earthquake early warning system has been in place, providing crucial seconds for people to take cover or evacuate. Additionally, building codes dating back to 1923 ensure structures are earthquake resistant, often incorporating shock absorbers and Teflon foundation pads to minimize damage. Moreover, Japan's education system emphasizes earthquake preparedness from a young age, equipping citizens with vital knowledge of safety measures. Infrastructure such as floodgates and tall vertical structures further protect against tsunamis, channeling or providing refuge from incoming waves. In the event of an earthquake, individuals are advised to seek high ground, particularly near coastlines, and wait official instructions. If indoors, the drop, cover, and hold on technique help minimize injury from falling debris. It is essential to refrain from going outside during tremors to avoid additional risks.